Hello everyone, I am Engineer Jeric Picasso, and today we will be discussing the provisions of Presidential Decree number 1586, a landmark environmental policy in the Philippines. Enacted in 1978, Presidential Decree 1586 established the Philippine Environmental Impact Statement System, which aims to ensure that environmental considerations are integrated into development planning and decision making. Let us begin by understanding the context in which this decree was created. Section 1 of Presidential Decree number 1586 declares the policy of the state to maintain a healthy and balanced ecology by requiring environmental impact assessment for projects that may significantly affect the environment. Recognizing the need to protect the environment while supporting national development mandates that environmental considerations be integrated into all phases of project planning and implementation. Establishes the environmental impact statement system as a tool to assess the potential environmental consequences of proposed project. The environmental impact assessment system, now officially referred to as the Philippine Environmental Impact Statement System or PEISS, and was established to address the growing concern over the environmental consequences of development projects. Environmental impact refers to the positive or negative changes in the environment resulting from human activities or development projects, such as pollution, habitat loss, resource depletion, or climate effects. To manage the negative impact, the Philippine Environmental Impact Statement System ensures that environmental considerations are integrated into project planning. Section 4 of PD 1586 states that no person, partnership, or corporation shall undertake or operate any such declared environmentally critical project or area without first securing an Environmental Compliance Certificate or ECC. This clause establishes a legal requirement that ensures all individuals or entities, whether individuals, business partnerships, or corporation, must obtain an environmental compliance certificate before starting or operating projects designated as environmentally critical. The ECC serves as official government approval, confirming that the project has undergone environmental review and complies with all necessary environmental safeguards. Section 5 of PD 1586 provides that all other projects, undertakings, in areas not declared by the President as environmentally critical shall be considered as non-critical and shall not be required to submit an environmental impact statement. Section 9 of PD 1586 outlines the penalties and enforcement mechanism for violating the environmental regulations under PD 1586. It specifically targets any person, corporation, or partnership that fails to comply with Section 4, which requires securing an environmental compliance certificate before starting an environmentally critical project, or violates the terms and conditions of the ECC, or breaches environmental standards and rules by the DENR. Penalties include the suspension or cancellation of the ECC, effectively halting the project's operation. Additionally, violators may be fined up to 50,000 pesos per violation, with the exact penalty decided by DNR, this provision serves as a deterrent against noncompliance and ensures that environmental laws are enforced rigorously, protecting both the environment and public welfare. To comply with PD 1586 and its environmental impact statement system, the project must secure either an environmental compliance certificate or certificate of non-coverage. Both certificates are issued by DENR and are essential for the legal operation of projects under PD 1586. Now, the list of environmentally critical project or critical area can be used as a reference to determine if the project is critical or project located in the critical area, as declared in the Proclamation 2146 and Presidential Proclamation number 803. There are four categories of the project: Category A, B, C, and D. Category A and B project requires an environmental compliance certificate, and Category C and D project is not required to secure an environmental compliance certificate but may opt to apply for certificate of non-coverage. Let us try to categorize the following projects. For example, a power plant. It is an environmentally critical project that requires an environmental compliance certificate. How about hospital? It's a category B or considered non-environmentally critical project in an environmentally critical area. How about a mangrove planting project, slope protection project? It's a category C, which can be considered as environmental enhancement or direct mitigation project that requires certificate of non-coverage. How about a clinic? It is a category D project which not covered by the system to secure ECC, and they are required to secure certificate of non-coverage to EMB. EMB Central Office handles category A project. Those environmentally critical projects or projects located to be in a critical area with national significance or large-scale impact. Also, EMB Central Office processes projects that involve multiple regions. EMB Central Office proponents are applying for their project considered category A project for an environmental compliance certificate. The EMB Regional Office handle Category B, Category C, and Category D project with local or regional scope. They process most of the ECC and CNC application, especially for non-environmentally critical project. As shown on the screen, the simple presentation on what office to process or decide on ECC or CNC application, that for Category A project, EMB Central Office will handle the ECC application of the project proponent. For Category B, C, and D, the concerned EMB Regional Office will handle both CNC or ECC application. As to our reference, we can use the Memorandum Circular 2014-005 or the project threshold for coverage screening and categorization. We can use this tool to determine the category of our project, and if the project is categorized as A or B, we will be applying for environmental compliance certificate, and if our project is categorized as C and D, we will be applying for certificate of non-coverage. Now, in DNR Administrative Order 2008-26, all ECC applications located within protected areas shall need clearance from Protected Area Management Board or PAMP before issuing an environmental compliance certificate. If the proposed project is located within a protected area, it must secure two key approvals before proceeding. One is the PAMBIC clearance from Protected Area Management Board, and two, environmental compliance certificate from DNR Environmental Management Bureau after obtaining the PAMBI clearance. Now here in the screen is the application that we can use to determine the protected area duly proclaimed or legislated. We can use the geoportal.gov.ph to identify our location. The official government geoportal Philippines, hosted by NAMRIA, includes a geospatial layer titled National Integrated Protected Area System, which confirms the existence and coverage of protected areas designated under Republic Act 7586 and amended by RA 11038. The geoportal allows for map-based exploration, useful for checking whether a specific site falls within a designated protected area. EIA reports are submitted to the DNR Environmental Management Bureau for evaluation and review. These reports serve as the basis for EMB's decision on whether to issue an environmental compliance certificate or a certificate of non-coverage. The review ensures that potential environmental impacts are identified, assessed, and properly managed before a project is allowed to proceed. At this point in time, there are requirements to be submitted. If we have already secured the environmental compliance certificate, the requirements for simple and minor amendment. We can use the DNR-EMB Memorandum Circular 2021-05 to determine the requirements for ECC minor amendment. And for doing or requesting a major amendment of environmental compliance certificate. That is when there are changes in project location, increase in project capacity or scale, the changes in technology or process, and addition of new facilities or components. These changes requires a major amendment of our existing environmental compliance certificate. We will submit a letter of request for amendment, submit the prescribed environmental report, and any supporting documents requested by the EMB. Now, for the application of certificate of non-coverage, we can use the online application system and submit the following documentary requirements. A CNC, remember, is needed when the project is not classified as environmentally critical or it is not located in an environmentally critical area and it falls below the threshold level outlined in the Memorandum Circular 2014-005. If we are qualified to secure certificate of non-coverage, what are the documentary requirements? 1. Any valid government ID. 2. Site development plan. 3. Notarized sworn statement of accountability of the proponent. 4. Photographs of the project area taken within 15 days from filing. The proof of authority over the project site. 6. CNC application proof of payment and public clearance if within NEPA's declared protected area. We can use the appropriate platform when we apply for certificate of non-coverage. We can go to EMB EIA CNC online application system. We can submit our application for certificate of non-coverage. We can pay the application fee amounting to 1,240 pesos to the Land Bank of the Philippines. Land Bank Linkbase portal. We can update the payment in our CNC application, and once approved by the concerned regional office of EMB, we can now download the copy of the certificate of non-coverage. The Land Bank of the Philippines offers the LinkBiz portal, a secure and convenient online payment platform that allows clients to settle various government fees and charges, including those related to ECC and CNC. The Land Bank LinkBiz portal is available 24/7, including holidays, through the official Land Bank website. The Land Bank LinkBiz portal provides immediate debit from the payer's account and batch credit to the merchant's account. And the system also issue online payment confirmation and provide electronic receipt of payment. We can go to the website of EMB through emb.gov.ph, look for environmental impact assessment application and submission of reports, and click the button certificate of non-coverage online. We can now proceed with our CNC online application after clicking the button. We can verify the coverage of our project in the system, and we can submit our CNC application through the system, and we can update payment and track status of our CNC application. For the application of environmental compliance certificate for category B project, we will submit the following documentary requirements. Certification from LGU on the compatibility of proposed project with land use, duly accomplished PEMAPS questionnaire, environmental management plan, geotag photographs of the project site taken for last 30 days, the IEE checklist zone statement, initial environmental examination checklist report, the project components and operation information, project description, project or plant layout signed by the registered professional, the proof of authority over the project site, and the electronic receipt of payment. We will upload the said documentary requirements through the ECC online application system, but make sure to visit the website of EMB through emb.gov.ph, look for ECC online, and create an account to this application system, complete the proponent registration page so that we can have our login details for the application of environmental compliance certificate. Those who will apply for an environmental compliance certificate categorized as category A project shall discuss the project scope, requirements, and submission, especially at the Environmental Management Bureau, to discuss the project scope, requirements, and submission guidelines. We need also to submit the environmental impact statement, and if we have a schedule on the public scoping consultation as required by law to engage stakeholders, affected communities, and the public to gather feedback and concerns. We will submit the EIS or the environmental impact statement, the report for evaluation and review. The Based on review, the EMB will issue the environmental compliance certificate if the project meets all environmental standards and mitigation requirements. So these are the prescribed fees and charges for EIA services under DOW 2016-28. So for applying an ECC, we can have a minimum of 5,000 up to 15,000 pesos. For CNC application, we have 1,000 to 1,210. We also have the charges for request for major and minor amendment and relief from the ECC commitment. So this is the Land Bank Link Peace Portal. We can utilize this platform for the payment of application fees, particularly CNC and environmental compliance certificate application. And those who are already operating, undertaking project without an environmental compliance certificate, there can be a possibility of the issuance of notice of violation. After securing the environmental compliance certificate, the proponent of the project shall submit a self-monitoring report, a periodic report prepared by the project proponent or ECC holders to document their own environmental monitoring activities, and this is submitted to DNR EMB as part of the compliance requirements under the Environmental Impact Statement System. Compliance monitoring report submitted by ECC holders to the DNR EMB is a formal document that demonstrates the project's adherence to the conditions set in the environmental compliance certificate. The CMR serves to verify that the project complies with all environmental standards, laws, and the specific conditions imposed in the ECC. CMR also helps DNR EMB ensure that mitigation measures are properly implemented and effective. EMB reviews the said report, SMR and CMR, and may conduct site visits or audits and can require further action if compliance issues are detected. Multi-party monitoring team are organized to encourage public participation to promote greater stakeholder vigilance and to provide appropriate check and balance mechanism in the monitoring of project implementation. Compliance monitoring validation report is submitted to EMB every July and January. The Environmental Management Bureau is primarily responsible for the overall evaluation and audit of the project proponents' environmental monitoring efforts. A report of inspection by the DNR EMB is an official document that records the findings from a site visit or audit conducted on a project or facility. This report evaluates whether the project complies with the environmental compliance certificate conditions and other environmental regulation. In summary, Presidential Decree 1586 created the Environmental Impact Statement System to ensure rational balance between socio-economic development and environmental protection. Proponents must secure an ECC for environmentally critical projects or projects within environmentally critical areas before starting development. Other projects must secure certificate of non-coverage. The proponent must showcase compliance to ECC conditions and continuous implementation of commitment in environmental management or monitoring plan. The pollution control officer should secure other relevant permits, clearances, and certification to other government agencies and submit quarterly self-monitoring report and semi-annual compliance monitoring report. This is our last slide. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. Thank you very much, everyone, for time listening. I hope you have learned something today, and God bless us all.